Hi, today we're going to talk about how to evaluate expressions with fractions. We're going to do a quick little vocabulary review. Reciprocal is when I flip the fraction. The only fraction I flip is my second fraction. Keep, change, flip is the steps to divide by a fraction. The big thing you need to remember with today's lesson is you need to substitute and you need to use the order of operations. The order of operations is PEMDAS, parentheses or grouping symbols, the exponents, multiplication, division left to right, and then addition and subtraction left to right. So let's look at a couple of examples. When I look at this one right here, I see that 3a plus 3/6, a equals 1/4. So I need to substitute. So I'm going to do 3 times 1/4. That means I need a denominator on my 3 plus 1/6, or plus 3/6, sorry. So now I've got to multiply. 3 times 1 is 3. 1 times 4 is 4, plus 3/6. Now I have to get a common denominator. So I'm looking and I'm saying, 4 and 6, what do they both go into? Well, they both go into 12. So 4 times 3 is 12, and 2 times 6 is 12. Now I just multiply. 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 4 is 12, plus 3 times 2 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12. Looks like I'm almost done, but I'm not. This one has a lot of work. So now 9 plus 2 equals 15 over 12. That means I have to divide because the top is bigger. So I am going to do 15 divided by 12. 12 goes into 15 one time. 1 times 12 is 12. 15 minus 12 is 3. So now I have 1 and 3/12. But I'm not done yet. Now I'm looking at it and I'm saying, oh, gee, 3 goes into 12, doesn't it? So that means I have to divide top and bottom by 3. So 3 divided by 3 and 12 divided by 3. So I'm going to bring my 1 over. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So my answer is 1 and 1/4. Let's look at another example. Let's look at number 3. 3 has 3/4 F. F is 4/5 divided by 6/10. Okay. Well, first thing I need to do is I need to start simplifying. Cross simplify. So I'm going to do 4 and 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. So 3 times 1 is 3. 1 times 5 is 5. Divided by 6/10. Okay, looks good so far. Now we got to do the keep, change, flip. So I've got to keep my first fraction, 3/5, change the sign, and then flip the second fraction. Okay, 3 and 6. 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 6 divided by 3 is 2. 2. And then 5 and 10, 5 goes into 10 evenly, so 10 divided by 5 is 2. And 5 divided by 5 is 1, so 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 divided by 2 equals 1. And now I am done with problem number 3. Now let's look at number 5. I have 1/2 divided by C minus 3/4. This one has parentheses, but let me substitute. 1/2 divided by 13 16th. I can't write very good today, guys. Let me find my eraser. Right here. 13/16 minus 3/4. Well, I have to do 13/16 minus 3/4 first because that's my grouping symbols. As I'm looking at 3/4, 3/4, I can multiply it by 4 over 4 because 4 times 4 is 16. So I have 13/16 minus 3 times 4 is 12/16. Now, divided by 1/2. So now I've got to do 13 minus 12 is 1. So I have 1/16 divided by 1/2. At this point, now I have to do the keep, change, flip. So keep my first fraction, change my sign, and flip the second fraction. Well, 16 is divisible by 2. Oh, that's supposed to be a 1. 16 is divisible by 2. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 1 is 1. 8 over 1 equals 8, so my answer for number 5 is 8. Now let's look at number 7. I have 5/12 divided by S. S is 5/6 plus 2/3 minus 1/4. First thing I have to do is my parentheses. So 2/3 minus 1/4. Well, what do I multiply? What does 3 and 4 go into? Well, they go into 12. So I'm going to multiply this side by 4, and I'm going to multiply this side right here by 3 over 3. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12 minus 1 times 3 is 3. 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, plus 5/12 divided by 5/6. Okay, so now I have to do 8 minus 3 is 5, so I have 5/12 plus 5/12 divided by 5/6. Now I don't have any exponents. I'm done with my grouping symbols, so now I have to do multiplication, division from left to right. So I've got to do 5/12 divided by 5/6. So I've got to do the keep, 5/12, change my sign, and flip my second one. This one has a lot of simplifying. 6 and 12 are both divisible by 6, so 12 divided by 6 is 2. 6 divided by 6 is 1. 5 and 5 are both divisible by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1, so both of these become a 1. Now when I multiply across, 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. Now I have 1/2 plus 5/12. Oh, there's more work. I have to get another common denominator. So I have to say, what does 2 and 12 both go into? Well, 2 times 6 is 12, and 12 times 1 is 12. So I'm going to multiply this side by 6 over 6. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 5/12. 6 plus 5 is 11. 12. Okay, I am simplified. 11 is a prime number, and it doesn't go into 12 evenly, and it is smaller than 12. Now let's look at number 9. Number 9 says 11g. So that means 11 times 2/5. So I've got to turn that into a fraction. Plus 2/5 divided by 3. So let me turn that into a fraction as well. So now first thing I have to do is my grouping symbols. So keep, change, and flip. So now I have to do, let me bring everything else down. Yeah. So 2 times 1 is 2. 5 times 3 is 15. Now let me look here. 11 times 2 is 22. 1 times 5 is 5. Now I've got to add that, but first I have to get a common denominator. 5 times 3 is 15, so I'm going to multiply by 3 over here. 3 and 3. 3 times 22 is 66. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 2 over 15. 66 plus 2 equals 68 over 15. Now I have to divide. 68 divided by 15. 15 goes into 68 4 times. My answer would be 60 minus, I have 4 and 8/15. 8 does not go into 15. Nothing that goes into 8 goes into 15. So I am done, and my smaller numbers on top. Great job. Here's another problem. Let's look at 5/9. 5/9 divided by y, which is 7/12, plus 6. So let me put a 6 over 1. First thing I need to do, there's no parentheses, there's no exponents, but there is division. So 5/9 keep, change, flip. 9 and 12 are both divisible by 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 5 times 4 is 20. 3 times 7 is 27. Now I have to do 20 plus 6, but I have to get a common denominator. Oh, this is over 1 right here. So now I've got to multiply this times 21 and this times 21. 6 times 21, I don't know. 126, I've got 20 over 21 plus 126 over 21. So now 126 plus 120 is 146 over 21. Now I need to do 146 divided by 21 because it's bigger. It goes in probably 6 times. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. I have 20 left over, so that's 6 and 20 21st. Okay, let's solve number 4. I have 6 plus 8, knowing that I'm working with fractions, I'm just going to turn them into fractions, times 8/9 minus 3/5. This has a lot to do. And with this kind of a problem, you still have to do order of operations, and you have to remember you got to get common denominators when you're adding and subtracting. So I'm doing 8/9 minus 3/5 first. What goes into both 9 and 5? 45. So turn this into 5, 5, 9 over 9. 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 9 is 45. Minus 3 times 9 is 27. 5 times 9 is 45. So now I have to subtract. So 40 minus 27 is 13. So 13. So now I have 13 over 25 times 8 over 1 plus 6 over 1. So now I have to do multiplication next because I'm done with my parentheses. So 8 times 13, I don't know what it is. 4, 24, 8, 9, 10. So it's 104 over 25 plus 6 over 1. Now I have to get a common denominator, which is going to be 25, which is pretty big. So I'm going to multiply both top and bottom by 25. 25 times 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, is 150. Let me bring it over here. 150 over 25 plus 104 over 25. 150 plus 104 is 254 over 25. So now I've got to divide. 254 divided by 25 goes in 1 time. 25, 4, 0 times, so 10 and 4/5. That was a lot of work, but we got it done. Now let's go to a little bit easier one, I think. Number 6. 6 is 1 2/3 plus 1/5 times 3. First thing I had to do is I had to turn 1 2/3 into a mixed number. So 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 is 5. So I've got 5/3 plus 1/5 times 3 over 1. Okay, now I have to use order of operations. Are there parentheses? Nope. Are there exponents? Nope. Is there multiplication division? Yes. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 5 is 5. 3/5 plus 5/3. Now I've got to turn it into a common denominator. 3 and 5 both go into 15, so if I do 5 here, multiply by 3 here, 5 times 5 is 25 over 15, plus 3 times 3 is 9 over 15. 25 plus 9 is 34 over 15. Now I've got to come over here and divide. 34 divided by 15. 15 goes into 34 2 times. 2 times 15 is 30. I have 4. So my answer is 2 4/15. That's a lot of work, isn't it? But sometimes math is a lot of the process. I mean, if you remember the quote on the front of the room, it says math isn't the answer. It's the work. And that's really what math is. Sometimes you have to do a lot of work. Sometimes you don't have to do very much at all. Let's look at number 8. 8 is 7/10 minus 2/5 plus s, and plus S times S, so 3/4 times 3/4. Okay, that's a good place to start. So let's look. Are there parentheses? No. Are there exponents? No. Is there multiplication? Yes. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 4 is 16. So let me bring everything else down. 7/10 minus 2/5 plus 9/16. Now I'm done with my multiplication and division. Now I have to do addition and subtraction from left to right. So first I'm going to start with 7/10 minus 2/5. So in this case, I'm going to multiply 2/5 top and bottom by 2. So I've got 7/10 minus 4/10 plus 9/16. I'm not worrying about the 9/16 right now. I'm still working with the tenths. So 7 times 4, or 7 minus 4 is 3, and my denominator is 10, plus 9/16. Now, I have to find something that 16 goes into that also 10 goes into. So when I think about it, I'm thinking 16 times 5. 16 times 5 is 80. So I'm going to multiply this side by 5. How do I get from 10 to 80? I multiply it by 8. So right here, 10 times 3 is 24. 10 times 8 is 80, plus 9 times 5 is 45. 16 times 5 is 80. 24 plus 25 is 69. So I've got 69 over 80. 69. It's not divisible by 2. It's not divisible by 4. It's not divisible by 10. It's not divisible by 5. So I think it is simplified. Let's look at one more. I have 1 3/4 times b, which is 2/3, divided by 2 over 1. So 4 times 1 is 4 plus 3 is 7. So I have 7/4 times 2/3 divided by 2 over 1. So now, do I have any grouping symbols? No. Do I have any exponents? No. Do I have multiplication? Yes, I do. And I have division, but I have to go left to right. So I'm going to start right here. 7 times 2 is 14. 4 times 3 is 12. Okay. Divided by 2 over 1. So now I have to do keep, change, flip. So keep my first fraction, change my sign, and flip my second one. Okay. 7 and 2 I can or 14 and 2 I can simplify. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 7 times 1 is 7. 12 times 1 is 12. Now my answer is done because 7 is smaller than 12 and it is simplified. We have another problem, and I think this is our last one, but we'll see. This one's perseverance. Margaret is ordering mosaic tiles to cover a tabletop from an online store. She has narrowed her selection to 2 different types of tile. Tile A is 1 3/8 inch wide and 2 5/8 inch long. Tile B is 1 6/7 inches wide and 2.5 inches long. Margaret wants to order the tile with a greater area, so you have to use the expression length times width to find the area and figure out which one she should do. So I need to do 1 3/8 times 2 5/8. Then I have to do 1 6/7 times 2 1/2. First thing I have to do is I have to turn these into a numerator-denominator situation. So 8 times 1 is 8 plus 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I have 11/8 times 8 times 2 is 16 plus 5 is 21. So now I don't have to flip anything. There's nothing to simplify. So I have to do 11 times 21. 1, 1, 2, 2, 0. 1, 3, 2. So I have 231 over 8. Now I have to divide that. 231 divided by 8. It goes in 2 times. 2 times 8 is 16. 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 23. 7, 71. 8 goes into 71 8 times. 8 times 8 is 64. 71 minus 64 is also 7. So my answer is 28 7/8. Now let's do the next one. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 6 is 7 plus 6, 13 over 7 times 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5 half. I can't simplify, so now I have to do 13 times 5 is 65. 7 times 2 is 14. Now I have to do 65 divided by 14. 14 goes into 65 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. I have 9. That's a pretty big difference. Let me think about it. 9, 10, 11, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 11 times 21 is 231 divided by 8. 8 goes into 23 2 times. Okay. 7, 13. 4, 5. 13 times 5 is 65. 7 times 2 is 14. 65 divided by 14. Yeah. Makes sense. So, which one has the greater area? Well, this first one has quite a bit bigger of an area right here. Okay. We are done for today. Good luck on your assignment. Sometimes you have to do your work, and sometimes you have to think, and you have to really analyze it, and sometimes you have to do like I just did and double check your work. But I got it, and I know you can too. Good luck on your assignment. Bye.